What's up, Aquarius? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I'm so happy to have all the Aqua Babes here with me today. We are going to do a fun little spread for you all about career and finances. We are on location at Kaiser Permanente Hospital. I'm doing fine. I'm totally cool. Just doing a little rest and recuperation for my cystic fibrosis. I have so much time to kill. I have so much energy, so we are doing readings for you here and now at the hospital. So, as with all these messages, please use your discretion and discernment. Only take away messages for your best and highest good. They are general, so that means not everything I say will resonate with all the Aquarians out there. Feel free to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign if you would like additional messages. If you don't know how to do that, there will be a link in the description box below. It'll help you generate that birth chart. In that description box below will be everything else you need to know about this video, including the decks I'm using, as well as my social media channels. Check that out if you're interested. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Other than that, we are going to hop in for Aquarius, messages for your best and highest good about career and finances. So your energy, Aquarius, oh no, we have the Knight, I'm sorry, not the Knight, the Knight, that, I don't know why I said that, the 9 of Swords, okay, so a Gemini card, but that air energy, anxiety, severe anxiety, sometimes depression, sometimes not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. For this, I'm actually getting a mistake that was made in the workplace, potentially, maybe some sort of argument or difficulty with a coworker or an awkward situation that it's giving you anxiety either just thinking about it or having to face it. Aquarius, let's see. They involve multiple people. Ace of Cups, okay. So an emotional mistake. For some of you, this may be breaking down and crying in front of people, which, and no shade, Aquarius, to the normal person, it's like, yeah, it's embarrassing, that sucks, but to you, it's like, how could I do that? It's like you let your guard down in front of a group of people and you're like shaming yourself for it. Oh, Aquarius, that's really sad, but interesting. All right. So yeah, there's some sort of either regret or anxiety or guilt or fear about having to face emotions. And even though this isn't sword energy, I am getting, there may be a conversation that has to be had about these emotions. And if it wasn't you crying in front of other people, it could have been that you made somebody cry, or there was just some sort of unsettled emotion. Again, I'm getting with a group of people. Okay, so that's sort of the energy you're in. Let's see what else we can get. So your challenge is the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so a Virgo card, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Working alone. I'm getting that you isolated yourself. And again, this could go another way, right? This could be someone else who took that action and you're just part of the environment in which it happened. But for a lot of you, it's like whatever was released, this either anger or emotion or tears, whatever, something about it isolated you, because this is like the single ladies card, single man, whatever, it doesn't matter. Gender is not important here. But yeah, it's like you've isolated yourself, you're alone in your garden, right? And you have a lot of work to do, right? So maybe you're focusing on that, but yeah, there's loneliness here. There may have been, even if it was just with one person, an argument of some kind. And again, some unhealthy emotions were brought to the surface. And I think there's either consequence in having to deal with it or open the wound back up to deal with it, so it's easier just to isolate yourself. But it could also be that other people are making you feel like you're no longer part of a group. So that's your challenge, maybe, is reintegrating or reorienting yourself back into that friendly work environment with the 4 of Cups. Okay, interesting. So with this, I'm getting your longing to be back with those people, right? With the 4 of Cups, there's always one removed from the 3. So it's like there's the party of 3, and then there's you, Aquarius, on the sidelines, like emotionally wanting to be part of that group again. For some of you, this is going to be for a very small percent. This is a creative project that you feel has failed. It's something that maybe you put your blood, sweat, and tears in. Maybe, you know, you worked nights and this and that, and you finally showed off that piece of art or whatever it is for you, right? You released the film, whatever, and it bombed. And so now it's like maybe you've lost your networks of support. You may have lost funding for what it is that you were trying to accomplish. And now you're almost passive or complacent about going after what's next for you. It's like this has dimmed your star, your brightness. Something about it, it's taken away your pride and your glory for chasing after this artistic project. That's all, again, that's only gonna be for some of you. For most of you, it's this uncomfortable group dynamic. Let's hop into the help, because it seems like you guys are gonna need that. So, okay, another 9. 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. Oh, Aquarius. All right, so for some of you, I'm just getting acknowledging that there's been a battle, that there's been a fight, right? He's the warrior, right? He's the wounded warrior. But he's on his game, and I will say about this, he's also, he's ready, he's anticipating people attacking. So it's like you're almost expecting the group to turn on you again. Or there's a word that's not coming to mind here. It's like you're on the defensive, I guess, is sort of how I would phrase it. You're waiting for someone to come up to you and mention whatever happened the other day, just so you can come at them with, I'm getting kind of anger and aggression. You might not be in the best place to, again, kind of unearth this discussion or this emotion or whatever has transpired between potentially coworkers, or even if it's, again, the artistic project that failed, you know, your friend calls you up and said, oh, Aquarius, I'm so sorry, and you're just like, bah! Like you don't want to talk about it. So the help available to you is recognizing, put your guard down. Like a conversation or a discussion or a peace offering needs to be had here. That's going to help progress the situation and get you out of this kind of anxiety or depression or whatever that is for you. Let your guard down, Aquarius. Being clarified by, wow, the Knight of Wands. So this is the exact same card twice. So it's like guarding your heart to the nth degree. It's like something about you is guarded because you're protecting something. You're protecting something near and dear to you. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I had somebody come into the room. Anyway, so we were saying like double on the defensive, right? And what it is, what I'm getting here is that something is coming through about being vulnerable. You don't want, there's a tremendous amount of ego here, and no shade, Aquarius, right? I'm just reading what the cards say. So if this isn't your story, please don't take on that energy. But there's something about you're protecting yourself, and it has to do with not wanting to be hurt, not wanting to admit that maybe you did or said something and you were in the wrong, and I think you know that and you acknowledge it, but it's easier to fight back than it is to actually like come off your high horse and be vulnerable and be real, right? I'm even getting like the idea of glass shattering. There's like this little, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a little like crystal ball in front of this lion. You're actually very vulnerable and breakable is what I'm getting. Whatever happened here, I think a lot of you regret it deeply. The help available to you again is letting that guard down and like just being real, being authentic. This reminds me of the card of strength, right, with the lion. It's going to show a tremendous amount of strength of character. Again, for you to just be open, be real, be vulnerable, admit to your mistakes, let down your guard. That's going to be very helpful to you in this scenario. And that's not always easy, right? So good on you if you are able to recognize that. And I do want to say do the right thing. So your guidance, actually it's this card first. Your guidance, ooh, is the World. Okay. I actually think this is so optimistic for you, the fact that your guidance is ending with the World. Look how free she is. Like there's a chance for freedom and happiness and the idea of the 4 fixed zodiac signs for the group dynamic coming back together to form one. I'm just getting the idea of like people holding hands in a circle. It's like they're going to embrace you back. They're going to let you and welcome you back into the group, Aquarius. So hang in there. That's being clarified by the 8 of Swords. I get this circle, this double circle imagery. It's like you've isolated yourself, or the group has isolated you, right? By letting your guard down and having maybe this awkward conversation, but again, showing strength of character by admitting to your faults, by maybe apologizing. That's what this could be, an apology. It's going to relieve you of this mental prison that you've put yourself in of like, it's multiple things, but frequently the 8 of Swords talks about lies that we're telling ourselves, and there are thoughts, right? They're not true. They're not based in reality, but it's things we're telling ourselves that are keeping us literally stuck in this prison. So it's multiple things, but for a lot of you, and again, I'm sorry, no shade, it's false beliefs of like, well, they started it. It's immature beliefs, and it's dark, right? We have these dark birds. It's things that are not bringing illumination to fix the problem. It's keeping you stuck in this mode of, well, they did this and they shouldn't have done that. And I just keep getting, it's immature. It's not helpful thoughts that are progressing the situation. Clearly not, right? It's keeping you stuck. once you sort of take off the blindfold and see things for how they actually transpired or what was actually said, or maybe looking at maybe what came out wasn't the intent, but it may have wounded or hurt somebody emotionally, revealing that blindfold to be like, oh, okay, how am I going to get myself out of this? That's what this is. And then boom, look how free you are. And vulnerable, right? I always say she's naked. There's a vulnerability here that's needed, Aquarius. Your guidance is be vulnerable and communicate, right, with that sword energy. Release yourself from this prison you've painted yourself in and reach out to the group, right? There's multiple people here. The idea of the fixed zodiac signs too, this is a stereotype. It's not the truth, but in a lower vibration, the fixed zodiac signs can be quite stubborn, right, Aquarius? And you're included on that, right? You're one of the fixed zodiac signs. The idea of get off your high horse, be a little bit vulnerable, engage in the group conversation and try and fix it, right? It's going to open up the world. It's going to open up doors for you. It's going to allow like harmony and balance to be restored in this group dynamic. All right, Aquarius, that is what I got for you. I hope that resonated with some of you. I hope whoever needed to hear that did. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.